I'm Jason.
I'm Jill.
She's my sister.
He's my brother.
And we are here at the reopening of 1900 Park Fair at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
It's very exciting. It hasn't been open since before COVID. We're very excited that it's back, and we're here to tell you how the breakfast is.
So we should talk first a little bit about the restaurant and the theming. It's been rethemed.
It's been redecorated.
There's new artwork on the walls.
There's
luckily,
new carpet.
Luckily, Big Bertha is still here.
Big Bertha is still here.
And but it has this Wish theme.
Wish. So
not the movie Wish, and not the ship Wish, but just like a wish, like you make a wish.
Like wishes.
Wish. Well, no, that's the fireworks.
Yeah, but it's that bad.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's still character dining like it was before, but all new characters. So now we have Tiana, Mirabelle, Aladdin, and Cinderella are the characters you get to meet. So all face characters, all come around to the tables, all very engaging, and then they give you this wish card. So you get the autograph card like you do at a lot of other character meals, but on the back, you are supposed to write your wish, and then they do a cool thing with Jiminy Cricket comes over the loudspeaker and tells you to hold up your wish, and they make your wish come true. So it's this very cute theming that they do, and yeah, really fun.
Let's get right to it. The first thing on everyone's mind when we talk about 1900 Park Fair reopening is the strawberry soup. A signature dish at 1900 Park Fair for years before it closed in 2020, the Grand Floridian strawberry soup was the highlight for many people. We're happy to report that it's back and as good as ever. The strawberry soup is served in small bowls instead of in a large soup tureen as it was previously, but this is probably a good thing. In addition, fresh strawberries and fresh whipped cream are available for garnish, or I suppose just to eat by themselves. If you've never had the strawberry soup, it's a must-try. The characters at 1900 Park Fair are the same at breakfast and dinner. We had visits from Mirabelle, Aladdin dressed as Prince Ali, Princess Tiana in her adventure gear from Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and Cinderella. Cinderella is the one character that is returning from 1900 Park Fair prior to its closing, where Cinderella appeared at dinner. Different characters appeared at breakfast previously, but to eliminate guest confusion, the decision was made to feature the same set of characters for all meals at 1900 Park Fair. The breads, pastries, and sweets include multigrain bread, white bread, and plain bagels at the toaster station. The pastry station includes guava and cream cheese pinwheels, banana bread, double chocolate muffins, and donut holes covered with iridescent glitter. The banana bread was actually pretty good, soft and fresh with a big banana flavor. The double chocolate muffins weren't bad either, but these are clearly not made in-house, and so were not as fresh as we would hope. As the only chocolate offering on the buffet, they'll do for the chocolate fiends in your party, but you won't be remembering them after you leave. The guava cream cheese pinwheels were flavorful, but a little on the dry side, probably because they're very thin. The donut holes were your standard glazed variety, but with the addition of the iridescent glitter, which is sure to please the kids. They were soft but rather mundane. The croissants were your typical Disney croissant offering, soft and flaky, but the reason for the croissants is the variety of jams. We tried the date jam, which was something different and very delicious. In addition to the date jam, there is butter, strawberry jelly, orange marmalade, and grape jelly. One of the highlights of the sweet offerings is the cinnamon pull-apart bread, which was soft and luscious. This is a unique offering not available at any other Disney restaurant, and it's a winner. This was one of our favorite items at the buffet. Soft and warm with a perfect amount of cinnamon glaze, and the beauty of it is that as a pull-apart, you can share it with your table. Everybody can get a nibble without a lot of waste. The bread pudding was also very good, as we expected. Very similar to the bread pudding at Boma, although this version lacks raisins, and the vanilla creme anglaise is almost identical to Boma's. Every breakfast buffet on Disney property is going to have bacon and sausage, and 1900 Park Fair is no different. These are your standard buffet offerings. You know what you're getting, and it's exactly what you'd expect. Another standard buffet offering are the scrambled eggs. Here you get plain scrambled eggs as well as a cheesy version. Some people love buffet scrambled eggs and some people hate them. Neither one here is going to change any minds on that. In addition to the pork sausage, diners also have the option of chicken sausage. We enjoyed the variety available in the two different kinds of sausages. The spiced tofu scramble is the main plant-based protein choice. It lived up to its title card with ample spiciness, a variety of veggies, including fancy mushrooms, bell peppers, tomatoes, spinach, provided a nice melange of flavors, but the intense yellow color of the tofu designed to look like eggs was just a bit jarring. But as far as Disney plant-based offerings, this is better than many. There's a carving station which offers chef-carved ham. This ham looked much better than it tasted, unfortunately. It was quite dry, with a somewhat off-putting chemical flavor that we couldn't quite identify. Hopefully they'll get this rectified in the future. In addition to the two varieties of scrambled eggs, made-to-order omelets are also available. You place your order with your server, and most standard omelet varieties such as ham and cheese or western omelets are available. But you're also able to create a customized omelet with your choice of fillings. We chose mushroom, bacon, and cheese, which was cooked perfectly and surprised us with the gourmet-style mushrooms instead of the standard button mushrooms you might have expected. Side dishes on the buffet included a beef and pepper hash. This was disappointingly bland. Even the addition of hot sauce wasn't able to save this dish. It's kind of a strange concept for a breakfast dish because it's nothing like your regular corned beef hash. Instead, it consists of small cubes of roast beef with chopped peppers and onions and topped with a tomato-based sauce somewhat reminiscent of ketchup and green onions. With another hash brown option just down the line, this seemed sort of unnecessary when a basic corned beef hash would fit the bill and probably taste better. Next to the beef and pepper hash were the cheese grits. We really liked the cheese grits. Way back when, the wave at the Contemporary had these amazing cheddar cheese grits, both on the buffet and on the menu. While Steakhouse 71 still has a menu item of the same name, it's just not as good. These grits are also perfectly fine, but I was hoping for some amazing grits like I remember from the wave. What tops the charts in the starch-based cheesy side dish category here at 1900 Park Fair is the cheesy potato casserole. If you've had the hash brown casserole at Cracker Barrel, you know what this is like. The perfect blend of shredded potatoes and cheese with a perfectly crispy top. These were absolutely a favorite of everyone at the table, and we nominated them for one of the best items on the buffet. Eggs Benedict was also available. This is essentially your standard Eggs Benedict offering, but what was interesting to us was the first round of these that came out had perfectly poached eggs on top of the Canadian bacon, whereas the second round had eggs that looked like they were cooked on a griddle in some sort of egg rings, like a McDonald's Egg McMuffin. We're not sure why the cooking method differed from one platter to the next, but in any case, the Eggs Benedict were a fairly standard dish with little to make us recommend it. If all of that food is not enough, there's also biscuits and sausage gravy, but unfortunately, these are the standard Disney biscuits, mediocre at best, and the mass-produced Disney sausage gravy, which is also pretty mediocre. It will satiate your craving for biscuits and gravy, but you'll really wish for something that's a bit more tasty. This was also the station where the oatmeal is available, along with either brown sugar or caramelized apples. While we appreciate the uniqueness of the caramelized apples, the oatmeal is still a pretty basic buffet offering. And if all that wasn't enough, there's also a station with smoked salmon, herbed cream cheese, capers, tomatoes, and red onions. This creates a bit of a gourmet addition to the buffet that you don't find in most Disney breakfast buffets. The salmon was fresh and tasty, with zero of that bad fishy smell or flavor. Beyond the hot offerings, we arrive at the Granola and Fruit station. There's granola with plain or strawberry yogurt. There's also cottage cheese, fresh berries, fruit salad, and cubed watermelon. If you've got picky kids and all they want is cereal for breakfast, your options are Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, and Raisin Bran. Milk is available from your server and is included in the price of the buffet. The kids section of the buffet can be found by noticing where the tater tots are located. Potato barrels, according to the sign. In addition to the potato barrels, there's a Croissant breakfast pizza, which is actually quite a good offering here. It's a pizza with eggs, bacon, and a creamy gravy on top of croissant dough, which makes it light and flaky. Some of us really enjoyed this, others were kind of meh. Also, oddly enough, there was a giant dispenser full of gummy bears. We're not sure why these were here, or if they were supposed to be here at breakfast. Do you put them on your cereal? Do you put them on your scrambled eggs? Maybe your oatmeal? Or maybe kids just want a big bowl of gummy bears. I don't know. Alongside the buffet, there's a cocktail menu which features 8 specialty cocktails and 2 zero-proof cocktails. We tried the 4 cocktails that seemed the most appropriate for a breakfast, which included the Chipotle Bloody Mary, the Sparkling Hibiscus, the Strawberry Rose Spritz, and the Cold Brew Martini. The Chipotle Bloody Mary was the most disappointing. The spiciness we'd hoped for was just not there. And in addition, the bright red color kind of clued us in that this was a pre-mixed concoction, mass-produced, and not a fresh tomato-based Bloody Mary. The Strawberry Rosé Spritz was better than the Bloody Mary, but not by much. More than any specific issue we could pinpoint, it just lacked flavor. There was not much liquor, or the proportions were off or something. It left us really wanting a drink with something of a bit more in the substance. Next was the Sparkling Hibiscus, which sounded really good, but was another disappointment. It tasted basically like a non-alcoholic strawberry lemonade. It wasn't sparkling at all, even though it said grapefruit soda was supposed to be in it. It was also cloyingly sweet, although the menu said honey. We could not taste any honey at all, just sugar. It made a good lemonade, but for $17 we expected much more. The last but not the least of the 4 cocktails we tried was actually the highlight of all of them, and that was the Cold Brew Martini. This was splendid, perfectly blended with the right balance of liquor and coffee, and everyone at the table agreed that this was the favorite, and we'd get it again next time. In conclusion, before all of Walt Disney World closed in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic, 1900 Park Fare was arguably one of the best character breakfast buffets on property, at least as far as food quality and variety, though some guests were disappointed in the selection of characters. With its signature strawberry soup, made-to-order omelets, which are only found at a few breakfast buffets on property, and generally higher than average food quality, it was one of my favorites, and I lamented the long delay in its reopening. But now that it's finally reopened, I'm happy to say the food quality is actually better than before, and therefore 1900 Park Fare reclaims the title of the best character buffet breakfast at Walt Disney World, at least in my book. Throw in the improved selection of popular characters, along with an interesting storyline for the characters to appear together, plus the refreshed decor, and all around, it's a winner.
Well, so we just took you on the Grand Circle tour of 1900 Park Fare's breakfast buffet. I have to say, this is probably, again, my favorite breakfast on property. It was, before COVID, my favorite breakfast on property. And I would say it's back in that position.
I'm not a breakfast buffet person, but it is a very good buffet. There's a lot of great options. I appreciate that there's carving stations. You can get a custom-made omelette. There's a whole bunch of really good pastries. There's fresh fruit. There's like 8 different ways you can have potatoes, which I don't have a problem with. So it's a very good breakfast buffet. The characters are a pretty unique aspect to it in terms of you get to see characters that you don't really get to interact with in other places. The food is good. Yeah.
I think it'd be great for kids. Kids would really like it.
Oh, I think little kids, like if you've got little kids that are into Cinderella, they're gonna love this. If you've got kids that are into Mirabelle, they're gonna love this.
If you've got kids that are into Aladdin.
If you've got kids that are into donut holes with glitter on them, so they shimmer, iridescent donut holes, your kids are gonna love this.
Yep.
Plus, like Mickey waffles and tater tots and all those other important things.
Tots. It's all about the tots.
It's all about the tots.
Anyway, thanks for joining us for this review. We highly recommend it. So stop on by next time you're down in Walt Disney.
Definitely worth checking out. Yeah.